on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here to talk to you about a 5-issue miniseries called Lando, Double or Nothing. This is by Rodney Barnes, Paolo Villanelli, and Andres Massa. And this is a 5-issue miniseries that shows a little bit of what Lando Calrissian was doing before he met Han Solo in Solo: A Star Wars Story. And this book really made me understand very clearly that I absolutely despise the character of Lando Calrissian. Here's the thing. If your protagonist of a story is someone who is so self-involved, so selfish, that all they care about is something that is going to help them, it is going to be very difficult to propel them into a story where they are acting in someone else's interests. In this book, Lando is a gambler. All he cares about is getting more money so that he can spread the legend that is Lando Calrissian. He talks about how he wants to furnish the Falcon, make a wet bar, have a giant portrait of him. He keeps going to the Calrissian Chronicles, which is something he was doing in the movie, and he is constantly, on almost every page, talking about how I just want my money, or I just want that cape. That cape will look really good on my wall, or I just want a big portrait of myself. He is so selfish. I absolutely hate this guy. And a lot of people, when Solo: A Star Wars movie Solo: A Star Wars Solo Story, when it came out, a lot of people were saying Han Solo is not a very interesting character. If you want a roguish, charming guy who goes on adventures, you should do a story about Lando Calrissian. And I never understood that. Lando is 100% treacherous. I don't understand why people think that he's charming. I saw someone say he's like the James Bond of Star Wars. No, he's not. He plays cards, he wins money, he cheats people. That's kind of something that James Bond does, but James Bond also risks his neck for other people. He follows orders and does what needs to be done. That's not really the character of Lando. And if you think the character is charming, I'm going to guess maybe a lot of that comes from actors like Billy D. Williams or Donald Glover. I think those guys are very charming in real life, and they bring some of that to a character that is otherwise absolutely despicable, who will literally betray you the first chance he gets if it will help him. And so this book, for about 2.5 issues, is painting Lando in the absolute worst light possible, and it makes me just wish that I could take this book and throw it in the fireplace, except it's not my book. I would owe the library a little bit of money if I did that. So this character is so selfish, but this story still has to have him working with other people, trying to help these people who are enslaved, and then every 2.5 panels he says, by the way, I better be getting paid for this. And you might be saying, well, what about Han Solo in A New Hope? In A New Hope, he's constantly saying, I'm not in this for your revolution. I better get paid for this. I can imagine quite a bit. Yes, Han Solo is also a side character. He is not the character that we are watching all of A New Hope through the lens of. He's there, and he is talking about how he wants his money quite a bit, but then there's more to him in that story. And by the time we get to the end of this, when Lando suddenly is acting like oh no, I'm a little bit worried that that girl over there got shot, I don't buy it, because he spent nearly 3 issues talking about how I need to get paid for this. At one point, the woman says, well, I was hoping that when you realized that there was an entire population enslaved that you would be helping, that you would lower your fee. And he says, no, I'm not going to. And I can see why, because there's this shark guy who wants to kill Lando because Lando stole money from him, so Lando does want to pay that guy back, but I don't feel anything for Lando in his plight, because he stole money from that guy. So it's his fault that this guy is trying to kill him. And so when he says, I'm getting paid for this to the woman, I can understand why, but also, I don't feel anything for this guy. And then at the end of the book, it tries to say, look, Lando grew as a person, and I'm sorry, I don't see it. If this takes place before Solo: A Star Wars Story, what does he do in Solo: A Star Wars Story? He helps Han, and then he betrays him at the first chance that he gets. I don't like this guy. I don't like him at all. And again, if you like Donald Glover and Billy D. Williams, that's fine. I like those guys too. I like Billy D. Williams in the Star Wars movies. That's pretty much what I've seen him in, and Batman. I like Donald Glover in Community. I've seen a little bit of Atlanta here and there. I thought he did a good job playing a suave card shark type in Solo: A Star Wars Story, but I don't like the character of Lando. And turning him into his own protagonist, it is really difficult to do and also make your audience care about him. They did a good job finding a way, okay, Lando is really selfish, so why is he going to help these people? Okay, this guy threatens to kill him, so then L3 says, hey, you should help these people, and then they can pay you money, and then you can pay him back, and he won't kill you, and Lando says, yeah, that makes sense, but he's still really selfish and arrogant, and I hate him. If other people like the character, that's fine. I just don't understand what they see in him. And there might be other points in Lando's life where you could do a story where I would be more on board. Whenever he becomes the director of Cloud City, I'm kind of interested in seeing how he becomes this loathsome card shark who will throw his mom into a meat grinder, how he becomes that character into somebody who is responsible for the lives of everyone at Cloud City. I'm kind of interested in that. I'd love to see how does that transition happen. Is there a story that can make that work for me? I don't know. But that's about all that I have to say about Lando Double or Nothing. I hope you guys liked this video, and I will be back in the future with some more videos. In the meantime, have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.